put Lydia on trial, and we will be the jury.
The jury.
And I will be the judge.
The judge.
You? Yes, who else? You want to put it in the hands of the devious associates of your brother? Ha! I don't think so. I will be the judge. Is that all right with you?
Yes, good. I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that too.
All right, then. Betrayal is the charge. What Lydia did in any other country would be treason.
I love him. I have nothing more to say. Olivia. How could you kill someone? You're just a girl.
I was confused.
I was so confused.
You said it was a good idea, Lydia. Remember? You said you agreed.
Well, I had to agree with the argument the way Fiona put it. But if we lived in a world where it was not possible to love another person,
I don't want to live. All this talk of love. In the real world, if there is no justice, there can be no love. Because there can be no love that is not freely offered. And it cannot be free unless every person has equal standing. First comes justice. And if there is no justice, then those who are being oppressed have every right to take their oppressors, to take those who stand in their way and drive them across the field like frightened horses, set fire to their houses, to ruin everything that comes to hand, to hurl their corpses into wells, where once there were houses to leave rubble, smoldering wood piles, leave shattered stones, empty streets, and silence, because there are times when this is justified, and there are times when you may not like it, that this is all a human being can rightly do, and the dream of it is to be less than human.
Less than human.
yeah, everything you say might be right. But I have to ask myself, if it is, then why don't I feel good about it? I have to somehow go on my gut instincts, because sometimes you can convince yourself in your mind about the rightness of a thing, and you try to find fault with your reasoning, but you can't. Because no matter how you turn it over in your mind, it turns out right. And so you think, I think it's right, but I know it is. Or I know it's right, but I think it isn't. And you can end up thinking, I'm just a moron, or some sort of deficient sort of thing. But really, there are some things where you want to know the truth of them, and you go not just on your mind, or even your mind and your feelings, but your neurons, or your cells, or whatever, to make some decisions. Because they are too complicated, and they need to be considered in some larger way, in the largest way of all. And now I have to go to my whole being. When it says, I love him, and he loves me, and nothing else matters. Even if other things do matter quite a lot, even if I'm doing this and this, I'm already getting killed. I can't help myself. And I don't think I should. Probably this is how we look that they're Nazis, but I can't help it. You should! You should! I couldn't.
Oh, Lydia. If I'd known it was okay to do what you did, I might have loved someone too. It's just, I know everybody says this, but I was just following orders in a way. I should probably kill myself now that I know the kind of person that I am.
That's enough now. That's enough. I am ready with my verdict, and this is what I have to say. You did a terrible thing. You women, when you kill these men, what could be worse than to take another's life? And yes, you came to us, to my family and me, to help you, and we failed you. So we share the blame with you. You women made your own laws because you had no others to protect you. This was your social contract, and Lydia betrayed your pact and imperiled all of you. I understand what you're saying. And yet, you can't condemn your sister, no matter what. She chose love. She reached out. She found another person, and she embraced him. She couldn't know whether the hopes for true love and tenderness, for a soulmate for all her life, or just for disillusion. Still, she reached out. And if we cannot embrace another person, what hopes do we have of life? What hopes are there at all to survive? This is why love trumps all. It is the highest law. It can be bound by no other. Love of another human being, man or woman, it cannot be wrong. Does this mean that every woman must get married? Not at all. Sometimes a woman wants another woman, sometimes a man prefers a man, but to love, this cannot be wrong. So Lydia, she cannot be condemned, and that's the end of it. And that's for you. There will be no punishment for you either. Though you may have done wrong, there will be no justice. For the sake of healing, for life to go on, there will be no justice. Now, Fiona, it will be your job to keep all of this under the hands of the courts and the judges, and that's what you can do. Now, you girls, all alone in the world, what will you do? I have to tell you, I wish you would stay on here with me. I would take you in, and I would care for you as if you were my own daughter. That would make me happy. I like a strong woman, and I like a woman who sticks with her sister. You'll see, one day you'll find a good man. Or not. A woman doesn't always need a man. I myself no longer need a man. Except, of course, my son Piero, who stays with me forever, and Giuliano, who takes such good care of me. For we all live together and come to embrace the splendid variety of life on earth. Good and bad, sweet and sour. Take it for what it is, the glory of life. This is why at weddings everybody cries of the happiness and sorrow, regret and hope combined. For in the end of all human qualities, the greatest is sympathy.
For clouds,
Or snow.
for meadows and the banks of ditches,
Or for turf bogs, or rotten wood for ripe beans.
silk stockings and buttons,
For birds' nests, or for hummingbirds.
prisons,
Jasmine.
orange flower water,
Lessons for the flute.
a quill pen,
A red umbrella.
some faded thing,
A handkerchief made of gold.
of cambric,
Of Irish linen.
of Chinese silk,
Dog's blood.
the dung beetle,
Goat dung.
a mouse cut in two,
Ooh. It's turned to dawn in summer the nights, in autumn the evenings.
in winter, the early mornings, burning firewood, piles of ash, the ground white with frost,
Spring water welling up.
the hum of insects, the human voice,
Piano virtuosas, orchestras.
the pear tree,
The sunlight you see in the water as you pour from a pitcher into a bowl.
the earth itself,
Dirt.
Love of another human being, man or woman, it cannot be wrong.